Some budgets fail in a way that feels confusing, even unfair. Spending is disciplined. Categories are reasonable. Timing is understood. Priorities are set correctly. And yet, the system keeps drifting off course. The issue isn't that decisions are bad. It's that the signals judging those decisions arrive too late to change anything. By the time the budget says something went wrong, the money is already gone. This is not a behavior problem. It's not a timing problem. It's not a category or priority problem. It's a feedback delay problem. Most budgeting systems evaluate decisions after the fact. You find out at the end of the week, at the end of the month, during a review session. That spending was higher than expected, but the decisions that caused it already happened, can't be undone, were made without corrective input. The system is accurate, but late. In any other domain, delayed feedback is known to break control systems. Budgeting is no different. A budgeting system is a control system. It works by 1. Allowing an action. 2. Observing the result. 3. Adjusting future actions. The problem arises when Step 2 lags too far behind Step 1. Most budgets rely on aggregate feedback, category totals, monthly summaries, trend reports. These signals describe what happened, not what is happening. By the time they surface, patterns are already locked in. Corrective action is costly. The system has inertia. The budget isn't guiding decisions. It's auditing them. The hidden assumption in many budgets is knowing later is enough to act better next time. This assumes decisions repeat cleanly, contexts are stable, memory substitutes for structure. In reality, many spending decisions are one-way commitments. Once made, the opportunity to adjust is gone. The signal arrives too late to matter. Learning is abstract instead of corrective. Delayed feedback turns the budget into a report, not a guide.
To function properly, a budgeting system must introduce a new constraint. Every decision must receive a signal before it becomes irreversible.
This does not require prediction. It requires immediate state visibility. The system must answer one question in real time. What does this decision change right now? Not later, not in summary, now. An effective system shifts from delayed evaluation to pre-commitment signaling. This means decisions are constrained by current system state. Signals are binary or near binary. Feedback is simple enough to act on instantly. The system doesn't wait to analyze outcomes. It blocks or allows actions based on current capacity.
At a conceptual level, this system works as follows. 1. Define a small number of active constraints. These represent limits that matter now, not later. 2. Each spending decision checks against the current constraint state, not against historical totals or future averages.
3. If the constraint is near exhaustion, the signal is immediate, no interpretation required. 4. Decisions that violate constraints are structurally blocked or delayed. The key is not precision. It's timing of feedback.
Immediate feedback changes system behavior because correction happens before commitment. The decision can still change.
Learning is embodied, not remembered. The system teaches through structure, not reflection. Small deviations are caught early, before they accumulate into failure. The budget stops reporting errors and starts preventing them. The most common mistake is assuming that better insight fixes delayed feedback. Examples: more detailed reports, more frequent reviews, more granular tracking. These improve understanding, but not control. If the signal still arrives after the decision is locked in, the system remains fragile. The prevention rule is strict. If feedback cannot change the decision in real time,
It is informational, not corrective. Delayed feedback feels responsible. Reviewing spending feels like control. Understanding patterns feels like progress.
But control systems fail quietly when feedback is late. Nothing looks broken until outcomes drift. That's why this failure persists even in well-designed budgets. Delayed feedback is not caused by lack of information. It's caused by slow interpretation. Most budgeting systems already contain the data needed to guide decisions, balances, constraints, upcoming obligations, spending velocity. The problem is that we only review this information periodically.
An AI-assisted system continuously evaluates the current system state and surfaces feedback at the moment it still matters. It does not decide what to spend. It does not optimize outcomes.
Its role is to monitor constraint proximity, detect when a decision would cross a boundary, surface that signal before commitment occurs. By compressing the time between action and feedback, AI turns budgeting from a reporting system into a real-time control system. That is why AI assistance is relevant to delay feedback failures, not as authority, but as a timing mechanism. Some budgeting systems fail not because decisions are poor, but because feedback arrives too late to influence them. When signals are delayed, budgets become reporting tools rather than control systems. By requiring immediate pre-commitment feedback, a budgeting system can guide decisions while change is still possible. Stability comes from timing of signals, not depth of analysis.